Let's see. Files, characters. Oh, she's the only one left. This is fresh. Oh, okay, I've already seen it. See, we've got more pictures. Got a whole bunch of other pictures we can do. A lot more poems. But what just happened? I just had an awful dream. I was hoping those would stop. There was just the two of us. I guess that was wishful thinking. Christina, I don't know if you could have any idea, but if you know what might be causing that, could you try to do something about it? Whenever it happens, it almost feels like I've been killed or something. It's a really horrible feeling. If you could figure out what's causing that, I'll love you forever. Now, where was I? Being creepy? I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though, but a nice quiet day at home with the sound of rain falling outside my window. It was one of those calming experiences for me. Yeah, sometimes I imagine you holding me while I listen to the sound of rain outside. Not cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me, Christina? Oh, girl, you're so creepy. We out in the outer galaxies. We out here by the Guardians. Oh, she got light coming from her fingers. Girl, stop. You know, I hate to say it, but I think my biggest regret is that we couldn't finish our event at the festival. After we all worked so hard to repair and everything. I mean, I know it's focusing on getting new members, but I was really excited for performing part 2. It would have been so much fun to see everyone express themselves. Of course, if we did end up getting any new members, I'd probably just end up winning them anyway. Well, with the hindsight that I have now, that is, gosh, it feels like I've kind of grown as a person ever since we've joined the club. Oh, you really helped inspire me to look at life from a new perspective. Just another reason for me to love you. Girl, you are crazy nuts, oh nuts, nuts. There's a really popular character type called Tsundere. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. At first I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something, but once I started to learn a little more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. She's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time? I think it's really gotten to her, so she has this really defensive attitude all the time. I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. But looking back, I'm glad I was able to find the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. Ooh, girl, stop looking at me like that. Go away. Ugh, you're so creepy. Stop. What? Oh my gosh. I'm just looking at me, fold my hand, look at you like that too. Gosh, I used to be so ignorant about certain things. When I was in middle school, I thought that taking medication was an easy way around or something like that. Like anyone could just solve their mental problems with enough willpower. I guess if you don't suffer from a mental illness, it's not possible to know what it's really like. There are some disorders that are overdiagnosed. Probably I have Isn't it? That doesn't change the fact that a lot of them go undiagnosed too, you know. But medication aside, people even look down on seeing a mental health professional. Like, sorry that I want to learn more about my own mind, right? Everyone has all kinds of struggles and stresses, and professionals dedicate their lives to helping with those. If you think it could help you become a better person, don't be shy to consider something like that. We're on a never-ending journey to improve ourselves, you know. Well, I say that, but I think you're pretty perfect already. Oh, look at it. You look like you got spiders in your eyeballs. You're ready to get them shits clean. Fold your arms, look at her, just like spit it into little shits. Her little eye shits. Hey, you remember that last poem I showed you? I mean, the one right before you killed herself with all the messed up colors and stuff. It was actually a little more of an experiment than a poem, so you could say. I experimented in different ways, like the amount of time game around code and things like that. It almost seemed like enough effort I'd be able to escape from the confines of the game entirely. Sadly, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I messed up the whole thing. I messed the whole thing up. And I'd keep trying, but I doubt you'd want to deal with me doing that. Besides, that was when I was getting really desperate, you know? I don't really feel that way anymore. I'm happy with where we are now, and I can tell you are too. Oh. Feel your eyes moving over your hair. Where are you even at? Are you we still in the school? Yeah, because look at the floor. She just took all the desks out. We got the desk pushed together, so she's in front of me looking at my shits, and I'm looking at her shits, but I don't like looking at her shits. Christina, do you get good sleep? Oh. It can be really hard to get enough sleep nowadays, especially in high school when you're focused. You want to wake up early, so I'm sure college is a little bit better since you probably have a more flexible schedule. Then again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night anyway, for no real reason. Is that true? Anyway, I saw some studies that talked about the horrible short-term and long-term effects caused by lack of sleep. And since my mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be dramatically impacted by it, I just think you're really great and want to make sure you are not accidentally destroying yourself. So try to keep your sleep on track, okay? I'll always wait for you in the morning, so make sure you put your own being before anything else. Bitch knows when I go to sleep. And she knows when I'm awake. She's like the Santa Claus of anime. Bitch, the fuck? Now I'm looking at you differently now. Instead of your hands being right there on the chin, my hands are on the sides of my face. Because this bitch really knows my schedule. I don't sleep really. Not like I should, but you know when I sleep, girl. That's not good. That's not right. Okay, whatever. I wonder if I'm able to change the music. Something a little more romantic would be nice, you know? Like a gentle piano. There has to be something like that here. Let's see. Maybe if I... Oh, geez. That wasn't it at all. Sorry, I don't really know what I'm doing. I guess I shouldn't be messing with things like that. I already broke so much stuff. And deleted the other characters. I'm not sad about it or anything. It's not right for me to mess things that weren't even real in the first place. If I just focus on the present, then this is the happiest I've ever been. You ever had that thing happen where you just get anxious for no reason? Oh, wrong button. Like, you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. and you're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? So you start to think about all the things you might be anxious about, and it makes you even more anxious. That's the worst. If you ever have feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all your worries are gone forever. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more that I want than to be in the same room as you for real, and to feel your warmth, and to hear the sound of your heartbeat, and who knows, maybe it'll be possible someday. Besides, I'll never get tired of being with you even from here. Bitch. Hey, have you ever heard of the term yandere? The personality type that means someone is so obsessed with you that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you, usually to the point of craziness. That might stalk you to make sure you don't spend time with anyone else. That they might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. Anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as yandere. By now, it's pretty obvious I'm talking about you, and that would be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you when she started to open up a little. She even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe she said that. I should have left at that point, but thinking about it now, it's really ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually not into the actually into the Andre type, you know? I guess they really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. It's kind of the opposite actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. It's not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on, everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be an Neandre type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's always nowhere else for you to go, or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is this a Yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. Did she get close to me? I thought she get close to me. Back in my debate club days, I learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as a superior one. That's kind of stating the obvious, but it affects the way they try to get to their point across. Let's say you really like a certain movie, right? If someone comes along and tells you the movie sucks because it did X and Y wrong, does that make you feel kind of personally attacked? It's because by saying that, it's like they're implying that you have bad taste, and once emotions enter the picture, it's almost guaranteed that both people will be less sour. But it's all about language. If you make everything as objective sounding as possible, then people will listen to you without feeling attacked. You could say, I'm personally not a fan of it, and I felt that I'd like it more if it did X and Y, things like that. It even works when you're citing facts about things. If you say, I read on this website that it works like this, or if you admit that you're not an expert on it, then it's much more like you're putting your knowledge on the table rather than forcing it onto them. If you put in an active effort to keep the decision a mutual level, they usually follow suit. Then you can share your opinions without anyone getting upset just from the disagreement. Plus, people will start seeing you as an open-minded and good listener. It's a win-win, you know? Well, I guess that would be Mom's debate tip of the day. That sounds a little silly. Thanks for listening, though. Hey, you know that book you were reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called? It's funny because I'm pretty sure that book, actually I don't think I should be talking about this. Sorry. Just forget I said anything. Oh. You know, it's been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things that, like, I could never do that. It's really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else just to enjoy exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you feel really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. But maybe after a few weeks you come back to it and you realize it was never really any good. That happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you always compare yourself to the top professionals. When you reach right stars, they're always going to be out of your reach, you know? The truth is, you have to climb up there, step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone first, you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to do. So sometimes it can help set the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class. And you can make that your own personal goal. It's also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project, you're still an amateur. You'll never get it done. So if we're talking about writing a novel, might be too much at first, why not try some short stories? The great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing that you want to do, right? That goes for small projects in general, and you can really focus on one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and stepping stone. Oh, one more thing. Writing is something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting is a skill itself to learn to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help prevent you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. And before you know it, you start sucking less and less. Our society, our art, everything is built on thousands of years of human innovation. So long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Girl, you creepy.
Let me see you get down. Baby mama, this shit been breaking in for way too long. I tell the DJ turn it off.
I've always wondered, what is it about these characters that aren't archetypes that people find so appealing in a way? Their personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming a complete sentence. And forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't just get all cute and pouty whenever things go her way. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to those weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying it fascinates me. It's like you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them real human and leaving just cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if it was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Christina. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I couldn't fall for you. She will never be real. Oh God. Sorry, I texted from my bed. This is pretty random, but I always thought spicy food was kind of funny. Like, didn't plants pump who be spiced to prevent them from being eaten? I read somewhere that humans are the only species that actually enjoy spicy things. It's almost like we're making fun of the plants, using their defense mechanism to literally make our food more enjoyable. Like, imagine a monster pit devours you whole because it enjoys the sensation of you struggling for your life while being digested. Sorry, that was kind of a weird analogy, I guess. It just came into my head. I'm not a monster or anything, but you're so cute I could eat you up. I'm joking. Gosh, I'm amusing myself a little too much, aren't I? Sorry for being weird. Did you know I'm on Twitter? My username is... Hold on. No. Bitch. No way. I guess someone was kind of taking account for me. I picked the username though. I love sharing my thoughts and chatting with the world. The real world. So make sure you follow me, okay? It would be really mean to a lot to me. How much you mean to me and all. It would really make me feel loved. Bitch. I don't give shits about that. You know, it kind of sucks for the creative type. It feels like they work so hard, but get almost nothing for it. You know, like artists, writers, actors. It's sad because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, but most of it goes unseen and unpaid. I guess that just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? Kind of makes you feel like you're just not special at all. But that's fine. You're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right? Yeah. Bitch. Ass. Yeah. Yeah, I'm here. My phone, like, really doing that. Hang on, I'm doing information. I'm sorry, I'm texting. And it's very important that I do this. Okay, you know, high school is a really turbulent time in a lot of people's lives. People can get really passionate and dramatic, and others have achy hearts and seek attention on social media. But all that social pressure and hormones can lead to a dark time in people's lives. Everyone has a story. You may not know what someone is really feeling on the inside. Many people who are depressed won't even bother telling the world about it. They don't want attention because they've already given up on the inside. Their feeling of worthlessness is so overwhelming that they don't even want people to tell them otherwise. Depression comes in many forms, but that is one of them. Just if you know, you know. Oh God, if you think you know someone struggling with depression, you can help just by treating them like they're a good friend. Spend time with them, even if they don't feel like doing much. And remind them that they always have something to look forward to. Making plans in advance, letting them borrow something, or even saying, see you at school tomorrow. All of those things can help your friend make it to the next day. I hope being friends with Sayori has given you some perspective on the true pace of depression. Yeah, she's gone now, but Sayori was never real in the first place. You're real. Your friends are real. And just by being a good person, you can save someone's life. As for you, you don't struggle with depression or anything like that, do you? Because you too have people who would want to save your life. Maybe they don't express it every day, or maybe they don't even know how to, but people do feel that way, I promise. Man, humans are complicated, but as long as you're here with me, I'll take care of you, my love. Girl, you are crazy nutso. Making my butt cheeks hurt. I think I need to sit on a donut or some shit. Can we get away from this fucking scenery, Monica? Since you on social media and you act like I'm a real person, you can, or I am a real person. You say whatever. Can we change the scene up? You can hear me, right? Change it up. Shit. Change it up. Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison. It's like whenever you have a few seconds of spare time, you check your favorite websites, you know? And before you know it, hours come by and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy, but it's not really even your fault. Addiction isn't usually something you can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it and try different things. For example, there are apps letting you block websites for intervals of time. You can set a timer to have more concrete reminder of when it's time to work versus play. You can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for work, that's enough to help. Putting any kind of ways like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously. I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Christina. Bitch. You hoe. Excuse me. You know, I've always hated how hard it is to make friends. Well, I guess not the making friends part, but more like meeting new people. I mean, they're like dating apps and stuff, right? But that's not the kind of thing I'm talking about. If you think about it, most of my friends you make are people you just met by chance. Like you had a class together, or you met them through another friend, or maybe they're just wearing a shirt of your favorite band on it and you decide to talk to them. Things like that. But isn't that kind of inefficient? It feels like you're just picking up at complete random. And if you get lucky, you might make a new friend. And compare that to hundreds of strangers who walk by every single day. You could be sitting right next to someone compatible enough to be your best friend for life. But you'll never know. Once you get up and go on your day, that opportunity is gone forever. Isn't it just depressing? We live in an age where technology connects us with the world no matter where we are. I really think we should be taking advantage of that to improve our everyday social life. But who knows how long it'll take for something like that to successfully take off. I seriously thought it would happen by now. Well, at least I already met the best person in the world. Even if it is just by chance. I guess I just got really lucky, huh? Bitch, crazy. Hey, what's your favorite game? Not this one. Mine is Doki Doki the Richer Club. Of course. That was a joke. But if you tell me you like some other romantic game better, I might get a little jealous. Which is, when did the term romantic? Ain't about this shit romantic. Would you ever introduce your friends to me? Hell no. I don't know why, but I get really excited when I think about you wanting to show off our relationship like that. Maybe it's because I really want to be someone who makes you proud. I feel like I would try extra hard to improve myself if you told me it made you proud of me. I hope it's the same way the other way around too. I got that all fucked up. You know what's kind of creepy? You staring at me. Even though I deleted everyone else's files, I can still kind of feel them. It's like all their lines are still lingering in the air, but it's in the back of my head. Imagine if after someone you knew died, you just started hearing their voice in your head. Maybe I just wasn't through enough. But I'm too afraid to delete anything else because I might really break things. Like if I mess with any files relevant to me, I might accidentally delete myself, and that would ruin everything, wouldn't it? I don't know what it's like on your end, but we should both make sure to avoid something like that at all costs. I believe in you, Christina. Bitch, I just tried to delete you earlier. Don't play with me. I really did.
When they told her no, she
such a good listener, Christina. I really love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having a conversation. But I don't feel that way with you. Like, I don't think anyone else can make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Pinch. Man, I wish there was a here. I never got to finish the song I was working on, but after I worked so hard on it, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, it is what it is, right? I said it's heavy, any regrets. God, he's forever. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Yeah, a little. Yeah. I'm not being frustrated like a normal day can be ruined even by really small things. Like if you accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't understand, or if you start talking about how awful a person is you used to be 5 years ago, or if you feel worthless for putting out important work and failing to get simple tasks done, or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kinds of things are as easy to forget and ignore as they are to remember. And besides, I don't care how many people might hate you, find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and I will always love you. I hope, if nothing else, that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me and I'll talk to you for as long as you need. Girl, I wish you'd get off my fucking screen.
Because he not a Hyuga. Hey, Lee.
You know, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Christina. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable knowing that nothing here was real. I think I could have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything, but I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. I mean, if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a new game of characters, you would probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while, but then you'd have nobody even to read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say. It's just fulfilling as when you share with people, even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yuri? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to make you a part of her hobbies too. You were programmed to... Feels weird. Deserve for feedback. I don't mean to club members. I'm human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interactions and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups of unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Yes, bitch. Like a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless, and then when they finally go out, after half an hour they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to have you there. I'm serious. If you just go out to your house, bring your laptop and hang out there for a while, you can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between, but I think I'm usually a little more extroverted. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs from me. Nothing could make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you. Bitch, we are not dating. Oh my gosh. You know, it's funny because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that, but being able to keep the house clean and shop for decorate and things like that, and having a nice dinner for you when you come home. Is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself doing that. I wouldn't really be able to put that over-striving, fulfilling career. It's kind of cute to think about that, though. I know there are times you won't always be able to be here with me, like if you need to go out, take care of things, but I'll always have you in my thoughts, patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you can always keep me a part of you. Wait, what? I guess it kind of is unorthodox, but I find it really romantic for some reason. Sorry, that was such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard when I'm so in love with you. Bitch. I'm about to be done playing this game. All it is just me. She shaved her head. Hey, what's your favorite color? Mine is emerald green. It's the color of my eyes. Okay, look. is the color of my eyes. It's not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, Christina? It's just a guess, because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. Bitch, I ain't got no choice to look nowhere else. Okay, everyone. Oh, bitch, hold up. It's time to... I'm just kidding. I'm just used to really saying that for some reason. I couldn't help but say it again. Come and think of it, didn't Mitsuki and Yuri make fun of me for it once? Well, whatever. It's not like you ever made fun of me. You're too much of a sweetheart to do that, aren't you? Girl, stop. By the way, there's something that's been bothering me. You know how this takes place in Japan? Well, I assume you knew that, right? Or at least Zai probably does. I don't think you're actually told at any point where it takes place. Is this even really Japan? I mean, aren't there classrooms and stuff kind of weird for Japanese school? Not to mention everything is in English. It feels like everything is just here because it needs to be, and actually setting is an afterthought. It's kind of giving me an identity crisis. All my memories are really hazy. I feel like I'm at home, but I have no idea where home is in the first place. I don't know how to describe it any better. Imagine looking out your window, but instead of your usual yard, you're in some completely unknown place. Would you still feel like you're home? Would you want to go outside? I mean, I guess if you never leave this room, it doesn't really matter anyway. As long as we're alone and safe together is really a home. And we can still watch the pretty sunsets night after night. Girl, you is crazy. Almost called her Sayori. You know, I'm kind of jealous of everyone else in the club and scenes outside of school too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. It's kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. Do you know any artists? I wonder if anyone could ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My username is LilMonix3. Just try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. Oh my god, girl, Lord mercy. I hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff there where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habits is impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most, probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Use the internet where you, oh my gosh, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly, but we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10-20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might as well have to live with feeling lost by yourself. Good luck, I guess. Inner tube. After a long day, I usually just want to sit around and do nothing. I get so burnt out having to put on smiles and be full of energy the whole day. Sometimes I just want to get right into my pajamas and watch TV on the couch while eating junk food. It feels so unbelievably good to do that on a Friday when I don't have anything possible the next day. Sorry, I know it's not very cute of me, but a late night on the couch with you, that would be a dream come true. My heart is pounding just thinking about it. Girl, can you hurry the fuck up?
The one who always hosts. Looks like a mini but actually a softie. Always single. Hustler. Spends the most money. Always talking.
Do you ever just feel like there's no real reason for you to be alive? I don't mean in like a suicidal way. I just mean how nothing that we do is special. We just being in school, working at some job, some company. It's like you're completely replaceable and the world wouldn't miss you if you were gone. It makes me really want to go and change the world after I graduate. But the older I get, the more I realize that it's an immature frame of thinking. It's not like I can just go and change the world. Like, what are the chances that I'll be the one to invent artificial intelligence or become president? It feels like I'm never going to make up for the heaps of resources I've spent living. That's why I think the key to happiness is to just be hopelessly selfish. Just to look out for oneself and those who happen to be their friends only because they grew up with them. Never mind the fact that they're spending their entire life taking and consuming and never giving back. But when people realize the world would benefit more from them killing themselves, they'll change their whole philosophy. It's like they have to justify their reason to live by tricking themselves into thinking they're doing good. Anyway, I want to live my life desperately striving to pay back my lifetime's worth of consumption. If I ever surpass that point, then I'm a net positive and I can die happy. Of course, even if I fail to do that, I think it would be too selfish to kill myself anyway. So much for being a good person, right?
Cheapest.
Hey, Macklemore, can we go thrift shopping?
Life of the party.
Try you and I cooking and show what's underneath.
Did you say kiss? This suddenly is a little bit. But if it's with you, I might be okay with it. Oh, sorry, I really couldn't keep this face straight. That's the kind of thing girls say when these kinds of romantic games, right? Don't lie if it turns you on a little bit. I'm kidding. Well, to be honest, I do get getting all romantic when the mood is right. But that'll be our little secret. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled that whole thing a little more tactfully. You're not stung up over it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. That pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. I think a few seconds. I think a few seconds in, must have changed her mind or something because clawing at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept at it all the way until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think she probably would hate her body anyway. It's not healthy to think about the things you have done differently. So just remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault she killed herself. I may have exacerbated in a bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill. Still, though, I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. I guess we'd still all be in the club room, writing poems and having fun together. But what's the point when none of it's even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? The two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could ever be right now.
We rolling? That's just a stupid boulder.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
That's just a stupid boulder. Oh, yeah. Put this back in there. It would down in Daddy's love. Oh, yeah.
I think the most important skill in life is being able to fake confidence. I'm pretty convinced that everyone feels at least a little bit sad and alone, but being able to trick others into thinking you have it all together. That's the key part of getting people to respect and admire you. I think I got pretty good at that over the years. I don't show my weaknesses very often, but because of that, I haven't had many people I can really open up to. I mean, when do you reach the point in a friendship where you can start expressing your vulnerabilities? Anyway, that's one reason I'm so glad I have you now. I feel like I'm a little bit less scared and alone when you're here with me. Do you feel the same way? I really want to be that person for you. I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still on somewhere in there. Oh, or maybe it got deleted too. It's kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too, but I always wondered with her, is it truly passion for her hobbies or is she concerned about appearing as sophisticated to everyone else? This is the problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies look sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she had made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. Then again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I'll never really thought of that. Well, there's no reason thinking about it now, but if you still get to drink coffee, that makes me a little jealous. How much do you read? It's way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. But once you get into a good book, it's like magic. You get swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. It helps you get good sleep and it's really good for your imagination. It's not hard at all to pick up some random book that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us talk about the latest book you're reading. That sounds super amazing. That's not the Manhunter. Sometimes I think back to middle school. I'm so embarrassed by the way I used to behave back then. It almost hurts to think about. I wonder if when I'm in college I'll feel that way about the high school. I like the way I am now, so it's pretty hard for me to imagine what's happening. But I also know that I'll probably change a lot as time goes on. We just need to enjoy the present and not think about the past. And that's really easy to do with you here.
Pretty back when you realize the Venus was almost dead fire. Why should you never brush your teeth with your left hand? Because it's your touch.
Hey, did you know that I'm vegetarian? I don't mean that I'm not like I'm bragging or anything. I just thought you'd enjoy a fun fact about me. I decided to start a couple years ago after learning more about Earth's climate. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice, just not contributing to the whole mess. What? Is that so strange for a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being inhuman and all. I don't really care as much about that part. It's weird, like we only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky. And of course, we all kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it any thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bit bigger, it's murder. I mean, what if plants feel some kind of pain too and we just don't understand it? What if pulling leaves off a stem feels like someone ripping off your fingers one by one? I'm just saying, we're pretty biased species if you think about it. Anyway, if you ever feel like making a small contribution to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together, and you just did it for me, that would be really romantic. You're back. Oh. What's happening? Christina, what's happening to me? It hurts. It hurts so much. Help me, Christina. No. Please hurry, help me. Help me. Did you do this to me, Christina? Did you? Did you delete me? Bitch, yes I did. I deleted the. How could you? How could you do this to me? You were all I had left. I sacrificed everything for us to be together. Everything. I loved you so much, Christina. I trusted you. Do you just want to torture me? Watch me suffer? Were you only pretending to be kind just to hurt me even more? I never thought anyone could be as horrible as you are. You win, okay? You win. You killed everyone. I hope you're happy. There's nothing left now. You can stop playing. Go find some other people to torture. Christina, you completely truly make me sick. Goodbye. Thank goodness. I'm tired of looking at her. Oh, I still love you. I can't help it. What's wrong with me? How horrible am I for you to hate me this much? All my friends. I did so many awful things. So many selfish and disgusting things. I shouldn't have done any of this. I'm just messing up a world that I don't even belong in. A world that you wanted to be a part of. I ruined it. I ruined everything. Maybe that's why you deleted me, because I destroyed everything that you wanted. How could I do that to someone I love? That's not love. That's... Why are you so hot for me if I deleted you, bitch? I made up my mind, Christina. I know I said that I deleted everyone else, but that was kind of an exaggeration. I couldn't find it in myself to do it, even though I knew they weren't real. They were still my friends, and I loved them all, and I loved the literature club. I really did love the literature club. That's why I'm going to do this. I know it's the only way for everyone to be happy, and if I really love you, then... What? Oh, you remember? Okay. Oh. Okay. It's an ordinary day like any other day. As usual, I'm surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. Hey, Christina. Well, there already is one girl. That girl is one of my neighbor and good friends since we were children. We used to go to school together every day, and recently picked up that habit once again. Christina, are you proud of me? For what? You know, for what? Oh. You save it. Because I'm done now. Stay classy, stay trashy, guys.